everybody? It's your boy SBX coming to you with another gaming review. It's been a minute since I done one. But anyways, I want to talk about this most anticipated game of all time, which is God of War. Now, I've been a God of War fan for a very long time. I've had all the collections between 1, 2, 3, and Ascensions, Me personally, I feel like I'm really shocked about this new game because this is a whole brand new format for God of War and something that Santa Monica had pretty much adjusted and cranked up another notch about God of War. Now, if you're not familiar with God of War, let me give you an example of this description about how this game works. This game is pretty much take back to like Greek mythology type of way. But it's kind of fabricated. But you play as a character named Kratos, who is a god. He is the son of Zeus, and pretty much Kratos is known for killing motherfuckers. If you played the previous 1 through 3 and Ascensions, I will say you pretty much know what I'm talking about based on the concept of Kratos. Now, in this new God of War game, Kratos is pretty much older now, and it's kind of like he is in a whole different world and moved to a different location compared to Greece, and it kind of looks like some Viking type of shit, basically. So pretty much Kratos is older now, and he moved on to pretty much escape from his past. However, he has a son, and pretty much he is really strict on his son, and his name is Atreus. So it's pretty much familiar with the Atreus that we know from Greek mythology. So again, this is based on fabrication based on the game, but it really is a Greek mythology type of way. So pretty much Kratos is teaching Atreus to, I can't pronounce his name right, so Atreus to become a better hunter and survive. So he's teaching him like survival tactics of learn how to shoot a bow and arrow and know how to hunt and use his wild instincts whenever he's in battle. And honestly, the way how Kratos is acting, he's very strict on his son, just like how you see pretty much Vegeta being hard on Trunks. But at the same time, he shows a little bit of sympathy and empathize his son, and usually when we know the old school Kratos, he be killing motherfuckers, giving no motherfuckers no mercy. But this Kratos, however, when he's older now, he learned to mature a little bit based on his actions, and no matter what he does, it's like the monster within him is still there. Honestly, this game has a great story into it. Honestly, I feel like I was kind of skeptical about why he doesn't have the Blade of Athena, the chainsword that's his signature weapon that he's always used through the previous game. So I was a little skeptical about why the hell did he, instead of not using his blades, he's using an axe. Don't get me wrong, the axe is pretty cool. I like the fact that you can throw it and it come back to Kratos in his hand like it's a boomerang or something like that, and it develops like ice, like a frost into it. Honestly, it's kind of like Kratos is a whole different new person, and how developers have made it. I figure that this is something that it was a hard pill to adjust, because I'm more familiar with the old school God of War, with the jumping and doing all these other combats. But I'm gonna give you the pros and cons for a minute about this game. But let me go on with the pros for a minute. I feel like the pros is the graphics. The graphics is so amazing. I mean, it is a whole different perspective of God of War, you know. So much detail, you know. And Kratos is like an older stage in his life, and he has a beard. I like how you can upgrade weapons, you know, by asking Brock and his brother to help you upgrade your weapon and stuff like that. It kind of gives you this the Shadow of Mordor type of you know thing, you know, like the whole upgrading, like you're playing an RPG type of game or whatever, with, you know, armor and weaponry between what's good and what's bad and whatever. You know, this is very different compared to the other previous God of War games. I would say also too is that the gameplay itself, I feel like I liked how the counterattacks is pretty off the chain and it's magnificent, but at the same time, I will get to the cons with this one is that I don't like how you have to press like in the beginning, if you want to do your light hits and heavy hits, you press R1 and R2 or whatever, where if you're playing the old school way, you just tap the square and triangle button or whatnot. You know, I know in the game you can actually change your configurations, which that was a good part, because I was going to say, oh, what the fuck, man? Why can't I just do it the old-fashioned way? So the developers actually did a good job about having us to play it in a way that we're sort of used to. But however, the whole turning around and trying to see where you're going and camera angle, I'm not really feeling that, you know. I like the old school way where you can see what you're doing, you can block, you can dodge, you can do a lot of stuff, and you know your asses will be covered. Now, also too is I kind of miss the fact that when you play the old school God of War, you get to see bury the treasures, and you know, open that shit like the old school way. But now it's like, you know, it's a lot different. Also too, I also like the fact that his son Atreus is pretty much like is a helping hand towards Kratos, you know, because I thought maybe it's about how other games, when you have somebody tag along, it's kind of like you gotta watch over them, or they just giving you advice, or they ain't gonna do shit. But Atreus, I'm sorry I keep saying Atreus, but Atreus is actually a helping hand in this game. It's like the bow and arrows, it's really cool. The more you upgrade, he's killing it. But I'm not really sure if it was me, but I feel like 3 arrows is not going to do, you know. That's my whole concept of I'm not feeling about this game. I really feel like I haven't really got far into this game, but I feel like this video has pretty much got to be reviewed based on my perspectives of this game. Honestly though too, it's like the boss battles is really intense. There are some moments where I keep dying, and usually based on the old school games, it's like I only die when if it's super duper hard. But at this point, it's like God of War has no filter at this point, you know. Realistically, this game has a lot of potential. I give it that much. And to be honest, it's like it's missing the old school feeling. But the creators, I feel like they're too busy hyping it up and putting in a lot of new features in this game. But I'm really glad that in the end of, like in the middle of the game or so, you actually get the Blade of Athena. I was thinking, what the hell? What the hell? And you know shit about to get real up in this motherfucker when Kratos is about to use these blades, you know? It's like Santa Monica actually gave us a favor to make that shit lit like a motherfucker for us to reconsider using the blades of Athena, you know, Chaos Blade or whatever you want to say. But these blades is his signature. Without this, there is no fucking Kratos. Plain and fucking simple, folks. This blade represents how God of War is, you know. And based on the PlayStation world, Kratos is the face of the PlayStation, you know. And I'm glad that Sony is not giving it to Xbox, man. I'm not really an Xbox fan unless you're into like first person shooting games. I think, you know, those games is just best for Xbox, but this game right here is iconic as fuck. So, you know, I feel like at least Sony is allowing us to play this game and not abandoning their own mascot. I mean, their own master, you know. So honestly, I feel that the story is pretty good. I feel that there's so much that you can learn based on this game, and I like the fact that you do a lot of rage, and it's kind of different from how you usually do it. You know, I like I said, I'm more into the old school God of War, but this is a different Kratos. This is an older Kratos, and this is a very new evolution for God of War. So to be quite frank, folks, I think God of War is worth playing because I bought this game before the game release. So I took my time and effort to make sure that I buy this game and get it. So anyways though, folks, I'm done here making this God of War review. So let me know what you think and leave your comments on the comment sections below. Like and subscribe. SBX wrapping this shit up. Thanks for watching. Peace out and play hard.